I review a lot of movies on my YouTube channel and Letterboxd, so much so that sometimes I like to take a step back and let you feel a different kind of opinion on movies sometimes. That's why I asked a bunch of my friends to send in their favorite movies and their least favorite movies, the movies that they love with a burning passion, and also the worst movies they've ever seen. I'm going to do a fun video where I go through the list that they sent me of their favorites and least favorites. I'm going to rank and rate them. This is going to be fun. Obviously, my tastes are going to be a little bit different than some people on here. Some of the people on here, some of my friends, do not watch movies whatsoever and don't know who the heck Scorsese is. So this is going to be an experience. We're starting off strong. This is an acquired taste. So you have Seven as your favorite movie. Okay, that's good. David Fincher, good. And then you go on to name a worst movie. Now, this is just a complete crime to even say it's a bad movie. You said Wedding Crashers. I don't know. What is wrong with you? Wedding Crashers slaps. Yeah, it's not The Godfather, but it is a awesome comedy. You must not have fun. That's what I'm getting from this. This next one says, I said, give me the name of the worst movie, and you said one about a shark in a lake. You put Jaws under the worst movie category. This is some elaborate joke. It has to be a joke. You must be joking. Actually, in the movie, Jaws is in the ocean, not a lake. Checkmate. Get your Jaws lore correct. All jokes aside, this is absolutely deplorable. I wish you Godspeed in getting recovery. You definitely need help. This person said Snowpiercer is the worst movie they've ever seen, and honestly, I could agree with that. Snowpiercer, it's a fine movie. I think it's not a necessarily bad movie by any means. I think the TV show is a little bit better than the movie, but we're not going to get into that discussion. I would say Snowpiercer is a perfectly acceptable answer to this question. You said for your favorites, you like The Green Mile and Interstellar. I have not seen The Green Mile. It's 3 hours long. Don't have time for that. And also, I like watching happy movies and not movies that will make me cry for hours on end. So I'll watch it eventually is what I'm saying. You also put Interstellar. Interstellar is a great movie. It's a little bit generic, but we're going to go with it because it is an awesome movie that deserves some recognition. This person put for their worst movie, The Menu. I agree. The Menu is a film that I did not review on the channel. I did actually see it a few weeks ago. I just forgot to review it because it wasn't particularly memorable and I hated it. I don't understand all the glowing reviews for this film. Everywhere I go, I see like 80% and like 90%, and I'm like, Did we watch the same movie here? Did we see what I saw? Yeah. For your favorite movies, you put Shutter Island, which is a perfectly acceptable answer, good Scorsese film, and then any Conjuring. Okay. Stay positive. Stay nice. They don't know any better. This person said Super Mario Brothers, the old one. Now, I'm assuming this is not in reference to the new Chris Pratt abomination about to release next year, which looks like it's going to slap, by the way. Super Mario Brothers Sweep. It's going to be the first movie to make $1 billion at the box office. It is going to be 100% Rotten Tomatoes, 100% Metacritic, 100% Internet Movie Database rating. It is going to be the next best thing. Scorsese could never. Now, you said your favorite movie is Back to the Future. Perfectly solid answer. Good answer. It's better than some of the ones that have been on the favorites list so far. This person said the Ghostbusters remake with the girls as the worst film they've ever seen. Ghostbusters with the girls is an interesting movie. Said name of the favorite movie is Little Miss Sunshine. Good answer. Good answer. That's an acquired taste. Little Miss Sunshine is a phenomenal film. It's very sad though. So if you like crying, good on you. Avatar: The Last Airbender is the worst film this person have ever seen. Completely disrespectful to the show. Now, I don't have any connection to the show. I did not watch Avatar: The Last Airbender when I was little or anything, so I don't know what the heck it is. I just know M. Night Shyamalan made a movie of it, and people are mad about it. Don't know why. This person gave me the worst film they've ever seen, which is Children of the Corn. I don't know what Children of the Corn is. It sounds like a Stephen King thing. It probably is. If not, I'm sorry I'm not well versed in my horror logic. I'm not a very big horror movie person, which might come as a surprise to some of you. You might be like, you literally review movies and you don't like horror movies. I like horror movies. They're just not my favorite thing. I would rather, as nerdy as this sounds, spend my time watching a good drama. Gonna be honest here. This person says the worst movie they've ever seen is The Human Centipede. I 100% agree. I was hoping this answer would come up in this thread of worst movies because it truly is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm going to admit right here and right now that I did watch this film. However, it was only the first 45 minutes of this film because this is the only movie that has made me literally physically ill when watching it. So halfway through or about 45 minutes through, I couldn't handle it anymore and I turned it off. That's what I get for trying to watch it at 3 a.m. You're welcome. This person said Colossal is the worst movie they've ever seen, which is the Anne Hathaway, Jason Sudeikis action comedy that came out a few years ago. It's not a bad film. I think that why people would hate it is that it was advertised as one thing, like a straight comedy, and instead it was more of like a mature drama, which people don't like when one thing is advertised and they get another thing. That's not what audiences like, and people still haven't figured that out in Hollywood. And they're always like, I wonder why our movie failed. I don't know. Look at the marketing. This person also said, I don't know about all-time favorite, but I just saw See How They Run and loved it. Person said the worst movie they've ever seen is Hubie Halloween. I think that Hubie Halloween can be filed under all of those Adam Sandler movies. You know, the type that Netflix just buys by the truckload and then they release them and they're not particularly funny or exciting or engaging or interesting or clever. You know the type. There's been like 10,000 of them at this point. Hubie Halloween, I feel like, is definitely one of the worst ones, though. There's some that are good. Like, there was this one Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler one called Murder Mystery that I watched, and I absolutely, like, thought that was a fun time. But then you go to Hubie Halloween, and you're just like, yeah, that's, like, the bad side of Adam Sandler. I'm not hating on Adam Sandler. I like a few of his movies. Billy Madison's great. Happy Gilmore's great. And obviously his performance in Uncut Gems is just otherworldly. So yeah, I'm not hating on Adam Sandler. I know it seems like that, but he just kind of picks the worst movies to do sometimes. This person also put 7. Another David Fincher fan in the house. Good on you. You're getting introduced to actual good cinema. I applaud you. You're not putting movies like there was this one movie on here. It was like started with the C. It was a horror movie. Someone said it was like their favorite of all time, which I don't. This person said the worst film they've ever seen is Black Panther 2. It's definitely not the worst movie. It's not good either, though. I know it comes as a surprise. I didn't do a review on this one either. I just forgot. Sorry. But you can find the review on my Letterboxd down in the description. I thought Black Panther was a perfectly mediocre movie. It wasn't offensive to the point where it was like so bad, yet it wasn't good either, or what I would term as good. It just kind of falls somewhere in the middle. I would probably never view it again, but then again, I'm also glad I did watch it. Somewhat, I don't know. There were a few parts that were interesting, I guess. And then you said your favorite movie is Ready Player One. Now we could sit here and dissect this all day, but what it ultimately comes down to is you chose the absolute worst Steven Spielberg movie to put in your top favorites list. Why? You've got Jurassic Park, E.T., Close Encounters of a Third Kind, Jaws, all those movies, good movies. However, you chose Ready Player One. What? I'm not going to judge. You're entitled to your own opinions, as I'm entitled to mine. Heck, I know a lot of movies I like that a bunch of other people don't like, and I respect opinions on that. Like, you do you. But, this person put the worst movie they have ever seen as Velocipaster. I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to look it up. And you said Black Panther's your favorite movie. Good answer. I mean, it's better than most of the other answers where people put Marvel movies and they're like, Avengers Infinity War was the greatest movie I've ever seen, or Avengers Endgame was like the godfather of modern day cinema. You'd be wrong. I don't like most Marvel movies. I think they are just some awful creations, but Black Panther is one that I tolerate because it is actually a good film. In addition to being a Marvel superhero film, it's a good film. Like, it's a really, really well done film, so I respect it on that level. This person put worst movie they've ever seen, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've heard of it, never seen it though. Gonna have to add that to my watch list ASAP. You also put Oh Brother, Where Art Thou as your favorite movie. Good old Coen brothers. You can't have enough of the Coen brothers, honestly. It's definitely not my favorite Coen brothers. Hail Caesar is definitely my favorite of the Coen brothers films, but that's coming from someone who has yet to see Fargo or No Country for Old Men. So take that opinion as you will. But I think it's a very, very good movie. Very, very funny. Very, very heartfelt. and a great time at the movies, so I'd recommend it. Favorite movie is Aliens. This is a good one. Discussion inevitably comes up between which Alien film is the best in the series. The main contenders are Alien, which is the Ridley Scott original, Aliens, which is the James Cameron like action thriller hybrid, and then the rest of the franchise, which you have Alien 3 by David Fincher of all people, and then Alien Resurrection by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, which is a quirky French new wave director. I don't even know why they handed him an Alien film, but we're not going to talk about that. If you haven't seen City of Lost Children by that same director, go watch it. You will literally be scarred for life. What I have to say about my rankings of the Aliens franchise. Aliens is a good one. You're good on that level. I think it's definitely a step above the original Alien, so thank you for choosing that one over Alien. As a whole, this is going to come as a surprise, but there is a cut. I don't remember what it's called, but it's of Alien 3, the David Fincher one that's the next in the series. The original cut is the one that got so much flack from the audience and the series diehards as a whole. People hated it. People despised it. It wasn't a good movie. So I watched that one. And then a few years later, it was like some extended cut. Let me see if I can try to find it. Hold on. Got the Alien quadrilogy here. Let me try to find it on here. I think it's on here. Yeah, so Alien 3, I watched the theatrical version first, and I hated it. And then a few years later, I watched the unrated special edition, and it clicked because it added more story, more characters, more depth. So right now, I would say my favorite Alien film in the the quadrilogy or whatever it's called. My favorite is definitely either Aliens or Alien 3, the special unrated edition. So you're good on your answer. Good job. Person said the worst movie of all time that they have seen is Sharknado. I doubt that. I think that Sharknado is cinematic perfection. I'm not being sarcastic. And then you said the favorite movie of yours is The Godfather. Good answer. Part 2 is better, but we're not going to sit here and compare them all day. I mean, you chose the original Godfather. You have acquired taste, good taste. Yeah. This person said the name of the worst movie they've ever seen is K-12. K-12. Gotta Google. Hold on. Yeah, I don't even need to know what this movie's about. Just looking at the movie stills. What is this? What is that? I don't even need to watch the movie to know. Just looking at these stills. This is definitely a bad movie. I think you might have just found the absolute worst movie on this list. Good job with that. You also put your favorite movie as Midsommar. So while I applaud your worst movie decision, your favorite, I'm not a big Midsommar guy. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't get the appeal. It's just not a good movie. It's trying too hard to be so edgy. Some person put Holmes and Watson, and I think that is in reference to that one Will Ferrell movie that came out a few years ago. Didn't see it because I thought it looked stupid, and the Rotten Tomatoes score appears to be very in favor of that opinion. This person has an interesting take. They put The Battle of the Five Armies as their favorite movie in reference to the Hobbit trilogy. Now, I could sit here for hours on end and talk about how the Lord of the Rings trilogy is good. Hobbit trilogy is a lot to be desired, right? But I honestly think that out of all the Hobbit movies you could have chosen, you chose the best one, because Battle of the Five Armies is by far the closest movie in that trilogy that gets to the level of Lord of the Rings. So yeah, I applaud you on that. You didn't put An Unexpected Journey or The Desolation of Smaug. If you had put those two, I would have cried and died inside a little bit, but you put probably the best that you could in those circumstances. So I applaud you for that. I respect that decision. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button down below, like the video, and comment down below which movies I should check out so I can add them to my watch list. Until next time, this is Mitchell signing off. Peace out.